I'm Bailey Bates with your headlines from Central Texas. Heavy rain moved through Central Texas Sunday night, and it didn't take long for roadways to become dangerous. Flash flooding caused major problems, triggering dozens of water rescues and stretching emergency crew resources very thin. Heavy rain turned streets into rivers across Waco, leaving drivers stranded and first responders scrambling to keep up. Waco fire officials say they typically respond to about 64 calls a day, but Sunday night storm brought 170 calls. Philip Burnett with Waco Fire says crews prepared before the storm arrived by adding extra boat teams and increasing staffing.
We knew that the threat was there, so we went ahead and upstaffed a couple of more boats with some experienced water rescue folks on it. We put those in service anticipating the call, partnered with Texas Parks and Wildlife from the Game Warden's office. We also had Texas Task Force 1 here with 2 boat crews, so we were ready knowing that there was going to be a strain on the system.
Burnett says emergency managers were tracking the weather for days leading up to the storm, and more rain possible this week. Fire officials are urging people to stay off flooded roads and avoid unnecessary travel during storms. Meanwhile, just south of Waco and Hewitt, its fire department says crews responded to about 15 calls from stalled cars to one swept into a creek. Last night, Flat Creek rose and flooded this entire roadway, even sweeping a car into that creek. Hewitt Fire Chief Jonathan Christian says the rain came down hard and fast last night, and his crews were quickly put to work. They helped about 15 people total, most of them drivers who pushed through flooded roads and got stuck or stalled out. Crews pulled several people from their cars and moved them to higher ground. It was a huge reminder of the importance of staying safe from flooded roads.
Sometimes it's hard when the water's rising and it's not really flowing, and you feel like you're starting to push water out away from the car. You need to stop. Don't keep going. That's what we saw a lot of folks. They didn't really realize that the water was as high as it was. So as soon as you feel your car starting to hit a lot of water, you need to slow down. You need to stop. Don't go any further.
Christian says the good news is they've done significant drainage work, and many problem areas from the past held up better, but not everyone was in the clear. And more news, ranchers across the state are buckling down their operations, trying to protect their animals from an outbreak of the New World screwworm. Our Juliana Jackson spoke to one Central Texas rancher who says he has faced the parasite before, and now he's urging others to prepare.
Cattle rancher Robert Fleming remembers a time before the U.S. eliminated the New World screwworm.
I remember as a child helping my grandfather doctor screwworms in the navels of calves and also in some wounds and stuff. So it was probably the treatment is probably similar to what we would do today.
More than 5 decades later, the parasite is once again raising concerns across Texas. The flesh-eating larvae target open wounds in livestock, pets, wildlife, and in rare cases, people. And with new cases continuing to pop up, Fleming believes ranchers need to be prepared.
It's going to come. A screwworm fly can travel about 8 miles a day naturally.
He says ranchers should check their animals daily for anything out of the ordinary, especially open wounds, changes in behavior, or animals that separate themselves from the herd.
Our check treatment is just pretty much just depression, lethargy, staying behind, maybe possibly a wound or smell.
But Robert wants to make one thing clear.
This deal is not going to be a food safety issue.
He says the biggest threat is when an outbreak could cost producers.
The management issue is going to increase a lot of cost to it as far as penning cattle, doctoring cattle, veterinary cost.
And if the parasite continues to spread,
We could lose billions of dollars out of this thing if we're not careful.
ranchers should report suspected cases immediately.
If you don't report it in, it's like having your house burned down and not calling the fire department.
Juliana Jackson, 6 News.
And those are your headlines from Central Texas.